Live from Gil's Silva Family Studio in Salinas, California, the salad bowl of the world. Welcome to the podcast designed to inspire, the only one built with ganas.
You're gonna work harder than you ever worked before. And the only thing I ask from you is ganas, desire, a haircut. If you don't have the ganas, I will give it to you because I'm an expert.
From the founders of Gil Basketball Academy that empowers youth to play hard, work hard, study hard, and overcome obstacles.
People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Real interviews with real people about real life.
You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
And now it's time for Ganas, leading from the heart.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Ganas, leading from the heart. I am Jose Gil, coach, teacher, father, husband, and lifelong believer in ganas, which translates to desire. Today on the show is Isael Silva. How you doing, Isael?
Good, Nino. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited.
Not a problem. We are super excited. For those of you that do not know, Isael is my godson and cousin of our co-host right here. To my right, we have.
Hi, this is Jose Gil, student at Stanford University.
Yep. That's my oldest son, and we have next to
Sammy
him.
right here. I'm Sammy.
Sammy, Lil Sham. The intro song was Lil Sham, so that's his song. So, and over to my left, my beautiful little Aztec queen, Nayeli. So this is a family-oriented kind of podcast, Isa, and so we're very excited to have you with us today, and because one of our core values is family, and in our academy, and so you are family, but more than that, you carry yourself with such humility and such humbleness for being such a talented. Everybody wishes in basketball and any sport to be one of the best in the sport, right? When you play, and you are a top player in the nation. And how does that feel for us? It's so inspiring and uplifting, and it gets us pumped up when we talk about you because you're familia, right? And do you have to pinch yourself sometimes and say, man, what's happening to me right now?
Yeah, like you were saying, it's a lot to handle. It's surreal sometimes seeing it myself, but I don't know. Ever since I was little, and since nobody else thought it would happen, I always saw it in my future, and it's just crazy to see it all work out. And it's only the beginning, so it's important to appreciate it because I know a lot of people work for it, and a lot of people deserve it. Don't have the same opportunity. So I just appreciate every day, and I'm grateful that I get to do what I love with the people I love around me. So those two are the most important.
Very, very well said. And let's talk about the roots that you have from the Salinas Roots. You know, I know you play at Jesuit High School in Sacramento, and you were raised and born in Sacramento, but we know that your half of your heart is here in Salinas, and we always brag about that you are from Salinas as well, right? Because your papi, who was my college roommate, is from Salinas and played at Alsa High School and was a legend. Your papi was a legend here in our area, and so talk to us about the what Salinas means to you and how you hold it close to your heart.
Yeah, like you were saying, half my heart's over there. It's where I spent a lot of time growing up. It's where I wanted to be until.
Just hold it back up. Imagine if you would have went to Alsa High School. You know, I lost that battle with your parents a long time ago. Even though I didn't recruit you, you know, because you're family, so it's not actually recruiting, right? Yeah. So, but right. Yeah, I lost that battle a long time ago. But I tried.
Oh, I tried too.
You look good in green. I mean, I honestly, green's your color, right?
Yeah, go well for sure. But I don't know. It's somewhere where I have. It's one of the reasons that keeps me going is my family, and Salinas is home to them, so that's my home. I can always find a why there with anybody, the people there. I just feel like if I walk around, like everybody there is family to me. Just the hardworking environment. I think I kind of took that from everybody and my abuelitos and everybody who runs Salinas U. Seeing how you can impact that community makes me want to do the same one day when I go back and hopefully Isael is wearing some Isael Silva shoes or something.
Yeah, there we go. Now you started playing. Well, you didn't start with us, but you did as a little kid. You were always part of our academy, right? Any chance you got to play with us in tournaments and travel the world, and you remember Josue growing up, and it was always like the primos, what'd you guys call it? The splash primos, that's before Curry and Thompson stole you guys' little line, but the splash primos,
You're the OGs.
We got some amazing memories there, and what do you guys both recall as some kind of pretty cool stories that people need to know about you guys playing as kids?
Yeah, I'll start. I remember we'd all play in the backyard. Isael was playing with his huaracha shoes. He has like the little sandals he would play with.
Yeah, hold on. We actually got video. We actually got video of that.
Right.
I'll send it to ESPN one of these days.
Yeah, I already know he upped his shoe game now, but that's what we were playing with back then.
Yeah. From my end, it's just always been like I had a counterpart when I played basketball.
Yeah.
I always envisioned us like doing that for the rest of our lives. Things change, and God works how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
But it was always like where he was, he knew where I was, and it was for young kids. It was like magical. Looking back at these videos, like it was what I thought it felt like and more. It was just fun, and I think a bond that doesn't need a basketball to have to hold true.
Yeah.
So,
and those memories nobody could ever take from you guys, right?
Yeah, never.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's talk about your journey in now after GBA, when you kind of started playing travel ball with some elite clubs, and to your current club right now, Compton Magic, and one of my good friends is one of the leaders of Compton Magic, right? A shout out to my boy Spoon.
Yeah.
And I remember, when we take you guys to Jordan camps and Kobe camps, you guys are always together. And at what point did things change for you to where you felt, oh my God, I could play at these clubs and I could play and compete, being a Chicano Mexican American boy, having to prove yourself and because I know that's not easy, right? Being accepted and how was that? How was that experience?
I think playing with both GBA and the 916 Select growing up when it was young, it was just like a perfect balance. 916 Select was from second grade to fifth grade. We were traveling all over the country, playing in these like crazy events where like before we could even like tie our shoe like correctly to play a game. So that happening so early on just kind of forced you to toughen up earlier. Just having that experience, being around that culture, being a young Latino kid in black culture, that was always what I knew. So I think I was just introduced to basketball and just to everybody, like all kinds of people in the basketball world that now I see all the time. It just made it how it's supposed to happen. So those were my lifelong friends growing up playing with 916, and I think that started the journey where it's like, okay, if I can do this and I can play with anybody in the country.
Wow.
I was still kind of nervous, but I was like, okay, if I can do this now, the older I get, it's just going to become easier and easier, and by the time it matters, high school, it's just I'm gonna have so much experience. Thankful to you and my dad for like putting us in that environment so early, because now it feels like we traveled the world playing basketball, so there's really nothing that can scare us. We played against everybody. So I think that helped a lot. It was extreme, but it was needed because without it, certain things might not have clicked as fast. And once you get to high school, that's when it matters in terms of like recruitment and trying to get to where you want to be. It's harder to be like a super late bloomer. So I'm thankful that I was kind of forced into that situation early.
Wow. Gave me chills listening to that.
You want to go, sir?
Yes, I remember. I think it was middle school, right? When you went to Gran Canarias. I remember you went out there for a couple months, and I don't know if you just talk about that, how that shaped your basketball game. Just not only that, but also the independence you learned from that, the resilience you learned from being away from home and being on your own, and how that shaped your game and your character as well.
Is that's in Spain, right? Gran Canarias?
Yeah. So Gran Canarias is the Canary Islands, chain of islands off the coast of Africa. It's a Spanish colony. I was on the island Gran Canaria. There's other islands, Tenerife. I forgot the other ones. But to add what Jose was, or to answer Jose's question, that was the best experience I've had so far in basketball and in anything really. I was the second youngest kid in the academy at 13.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was there with kids from, there weren't many young kids, so everybody was like 16 to 20. So, and I never looked at it that way, which is the crazy thing looking back at it. Like, I would always try to compete with the best kids from each country because they had the best kid from China, best kid from Mexico, best kid from Netherlands. Like, I don't know. I just, looking back, I'm like, damn, I had a certain swagger about me that.
Jesus. That's Kobe Bryant status stuff right there, right? When Kobe would play against young kids, you hear all these stories about him at the age of 12 playing against men,
Yeah.
Luka Doncic as well, yeah.
I was probably getting dominated, but it felt like I was just out there getting better. And
you didn't know that?
That's really like, all I focused on. Maybe I wasn't, but it was really hard. I missed home more than I cried a lot. Cried more than anybody should. Tried to stay strong, but it was really hard. But it forced me to have my own mind and really mature fast. That experience, living on my own, taking public transportation to the city with my friends, all under 17, 18 years old. So that experience just taught me life skills that I'll never forget. And I just feel like I got better. I was able to see how the other side of the world plays basketball, how USA basketball is different than overseas basketball. And now I get a lot of like Euro comparisons in my game, but it's so skill oriented. Learning how to pass with your left hand, passing with your left hand for the first hour of practice, and then shooting for 45 minutes, and then you get to play at the end.
Different.
It's just got to see basketball. I've just been able to see a lot of basketball and see it from different perspectives. It's helped me become the player I am. So I owe a lot to that experience, both as a person and as a player.
Got it.
Yeah, so as you said that you would cry, like what motivated you to keep on going and strive for better?
Say it a little more confident. Okay, next time, Jimmy.
Huh?
He's talking about the part where you cried. I mean, that's one of our core values, right? Being resiliency, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. That's something that makes people who they are, and overcome those kind of obstacles. And I know it's tough for youth to understand that, right? For kids, teenagers to understand that, but it's amazing how and I see the comparisons, how the Ricky Rubio comparisons that you get, and to those Euro players. And how does that make you feel when you get those comparisons?
I'll answer Sammy's first. I heard his question.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Told him to say it with a little more Ghana.
Yeah. That's our show, Ghana's, right? Okay. So let's backtrack here. We've been talking about how to get close to the mic and how to speak with confidence, and it was his first question, so we'll give him a pass on that. But he was backing off like this, and he was just But what he doesn't know is that we're on camera as well. This is not just we have 4 cameras on us, right? So later on he'll see the video and he'll grow. But I'm proud of my little Sham.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. But to answer his question, I don't know. I was just like, there was no other place where I could put my energy into at that time. Like not a girl, not really school. Like the only thing I could put my energy into was basketball, and I think I would have put my energy into that anyways. So missing home and missing. I think when I got there, I was like, I had FOMO, like fear of missing out. Like, what if I was back home? I could be doing this. I could be working out, just the same stuff. But I think once I accepted where I was, I just got so much better. I was doing 1,000 push-ups a day, like just like knowing that it could be a pivotal point in my growth as a player. Just that's kind of what motivated me. I'm like, okay, I'm here, so I'm gonna work harder than anybody at the academy. And if these kids are the best in their countries, then that means nobody in the rest of the world is gonna outwork me. Now I just gotta worry about America. So that's kind of how I thought about it. Not really knowing that's what I was doing because I was so young, but I think that's how I would describe it and how it was like internally processed. Where like me back then motivates me now, just knowing what I have.
And for all our listeners out there, especially the young ones, because we're gonna have a lot of our academy kids and just kids in general, hopefully listening to our podcast. How empowering to be so confident and a risk taker at such a young age. It's hats off. I think your parents should be proud of raising you right, and I think once again back to one of our core values of family, how we're such a tight knit family that you guys, it's hard for you guys to accept no. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. So keep that going and have the confidence and the courage to try things and to not settle for less.
Thank you, Nino. Yeah.
Amazing.
What was your question? You said before that. I forgot it.
My question before that, after Shammy's little back mic thing.
After also take the mic.
No, I was going to transition into your decision to, because you're going to become a senior. You're going to be a senior this coming year, and you had to make a decision because you were being recruited by so many schools. Some of us, only dream of that happening to us, and it actually happening to you. It felt like it was happening to all of us, and what I mean by all of us is I'm talking like your dad, myself, all the ones that grew up playing basketball here at Closter Park in East Salinas. That was our safe haven, our only park,
Right.
Back in the day, I was getting recruited by different parks to go play at their locations, but I stuck to Closter, and that's where I called it home. But talk about your offers, why you chose the number one school in the nation, Stanford, which we're really, really proud of that decision. What helped you come to for that decision to happen or to come easy for you?
I think in the recruiting process, I got close to 20 offers. A lot of Pac-12 schools, some schools back east, in the Big 12, SEC. But coming down to all those lists, I didn't have my spring to play basketball, so that kind of altered my decision. I think I would have ended up choosing Stanford anyways. I know I would have chose Stanford, but that kind of like limited like some of the other big time schools that were starting to reach out. I think from them pulling the trigger. But I ultimately I think I would have chose Stanford no matter what. I chose them because it was a family environment. I tried to eliminate every other variable that didn't include the basketball program. That's hard. It's hard to do, especially with a school like Stanford, because it's the best school in in the world in the history of universities. So,
Yeah.
but I still didn't want to think about how good of a school it was. I just wanted the basketball program and the place that was going to fit me. And I think from the jump, I just I knew I was going to play there. I never leaned, never told anybody because I know how close Stanford is to our family. So I never wanted to tell anybody like, oh, I'm going there for sure. But I always kind of knew in my heart I was going to kind of come home as that being the closest Pac-12 school. Coach Haas, all the coaches, I think believed in me from the jump. They just wanted to see me grow. So from the day they offered me last summer, they were just on me like 24/7, and they didn't just want me, but they needed me there, and their vision for something special would help fulfill my dreams. They believe in my dreams of playing in the NBA and winning a national championship, so I couldn't say no.
And that must feel great because Coach Haas and the staff, Coach Pruitt, Coach Cohen, they're just amazing people, right? They're not just amazing coaches, but they're amazing people.
Yeah.
And that's huge. That's huge because
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of basketball in my years, and I know a lot of coaches, and to get that well balance is very rare, But
Yeah.
but they got it. What do you guys think, boys?
Yeah,
Yes, they got it.
the
Huh?
character part about it was important too. So I mean, having Josue there, I can kind of have an like you might be nice to me on my recruiting trip, but like, what do you really like at practice? How do you really treat the players? And Josue trusted them, and they treat him well. So that was important to me too. Hopefully they weren't extra nice to him just so I could go. But nah, they're amazing people, amazing families. Like, I just feel like I already know like all their families, and they already love me and have respect for me from like coaches. Coach has brought his son to my games. Like, that's huge. Me knowing him, or him FaceTiming me, and his son showing me magic tricks. Like,
It's a personal
it's
touch.
a bond that's I think it's gonna make for like a really fun seasons when I'm there, and hopefully we can get some other players and go get that national championship.
Yes, sir.
I really think we can do it. I'm excited.
Yes.
There we go. What do you think, Josue?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to go to school with you. We've been dreaming that since we were
Yeah.
kids. And it's like it's a dream come true. So like I'm excited, and also like moving forward. I know you got such a big following. A bunch of kids throughout the nation and the world look up to you. And I was wondering like how does that inspire you to keep moving forward, knowing like all the kids throughout the world look up to you, especially like a bunch of Latino hoopers out there, because like you're really setting the trend. We didn't really have those role models to look up to growing up playing. And now you're gonna be that role model for them. So like, how does that inspire you to keep working? And yeah, just if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. First, well, we're gonna get to go to school together. I didn't even like talk about cherry on top with Stanford. Like it's surreal. I always wanted to go to school with my best friend. I know we never lived in the same city, but you're always gonna be my best friend. So that's gonna be fun. That hasn't even hit me yet either.
That's a different story in its own right,
Yeah.
because it's amazing. First of all, for you guys to get academically accepted to that school is just wow.
That's its own movie for sure. But like the kid part and inspiring other kids, I try to handle it as best as possible to reach out as many kids. It's still something that I have to learn how to do because I know I can't respond to everybody. I can't accommodate everybody, and me wanting to give back and having that personality trait of the Silva, being a giver, I think I have to learn how to manage that. But to know that is crazy. I don't see myself like that. When someone comes up to me, I always say like it inspires me just as I inspire them. To see little kids do that, to be a vessel for inspiration, makes me happy. It's one of the things that keeps me going. One of the things that makes me want to be the best in my craft and be the best Latino hooper ever, but just be the best basketball player I can be. And make history in college, the NBA, so kids know it's possible, whether they're Mexicanos, any Latino country, or they're black, they could be white. Like, I want to inspire all kids to know that nothing's impossible without your family, God, and ganas. Those three.
There we go. Ganas. I was waiting for that ganas. That's what our show is about. And speaking of the social media aspect, and I'm trying to keep up with you youngsters when it comes to that tiki-taki stuff and all that. But Nayeli has a question for you, and she.
So, how and when did you? No.
Wasn't your question regarding TikTok? Right? Okay, here she goes. She's like,
how are your dances going on TikTok?
How are my dances? Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay, that was a question.
That's a great question. Thank you, Naya. Naya's been in a lot of my TikToks.
Whoa. I didn't know you've been in his TikToks? Okay.
Yeah. It's I mean, since quarantine, it's like, my dad's always like, when people ask you what hobbies you do, you gotta say TikTok. And I'm like, but it's something that I have fun with. I like to dance, I like music, and you get to interact with both of those things on that app. So, especially when you're around family, it's really fun to make TikToks. You can create memories that way. So, I'm up to that app, and I'm excited to make more TikToks with Naya and the fam.
And maybe me one day. Speaking of music, Lil Sham, you debuted in one of his. Oh, is that the right term?
Wavy.
Yeah.
You debuted in featured in one of his songs, Wavy. Yeah. So can you guys talk about that? Because we might use it on our show one day.
Yeah. When was that? I don't remember the day we recorded.
That was the day after your commitment day.
Oh yeah. So I remember that was kind of like, we're seeing Sammy take this and kind of run with it. It's been really cool. I think he's seeing what can happen when you just have fun with something. So first of all, I'm just gonna say I'm proud of you, and don't be afraid to go harder.
Thank you.
Don't be afraid of making fun of you for anything. Like I told you, it's gonna start happening. The quality's gonna go up. Like, everything's gonna start clicking. Just don't get wrapped up in what other people are doing. And you see it happen already. You're at like 10,000 listeners. I'm telling everybody out here,
18,
like, yo, my cousin's about to go up. So don't be too cool, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Don't be too cool.
There we go. It's great advice.
Yeah, so it was fun on that. I'm definitely gonna do better next time. I thought I sounded better. So next time I'll provide.
Oh yeah, I could just picture you guys one day, a little mini concert, and you're getting up on stage. I've seen LeBron do that before. He gets up on stage and he does his dances and
stage dive.
I love the culture, the music culture, and all that. So hopefully, I'm definitely gonna be there on the stage.
There we go.
Dripped out.
Yep.
Support. Nayeli has another question for you.
So how and when did you find Wolfway?
How and when that's a great question. You said, how and when did I start Wolfway?
Yeah.
For our listeners out there, Wolfway is your slogan, right? That's that's what you're known as, and so everybody has that's pretty awesome, pretty creative. She wants to know how and when did it come about?
I think this was right when I got back from. Great question, Ryan. That's amazing. Right when I got back from Canary Islands, I was choosing the high school I was going to go to, whether it was going to be public school or private school here in Sacramento, or
you mean Jesuit or Al Sal you met? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think we were kind of beyond that point.
Okay. All right, continue. Carry on.
Trainer, he's actually like played pro in Mexico. Like, he's a real powerful figure in Mexico basketball. Charlie Max Torres, trains Klay Thompson, Stanley Johnson, Derek Williams, like a lot of NBA players.
He's for our listeners, he's a trainer down south in the LA area who's an amazing guy. He's trained many great people, and from what I've never met him, but from what I understand, he's very humble as well, right? Very humble person. So giving.
He's a guy that loves basketball. but also just gets like the bigger picture. Like it's the most beautiful art in the world isn't being a basketball player, but it's making other people smile and giving back. So like we always connected because we always thought the same way. And he sent me and my dad this video called "How Wolves Change Rivers." So like me and my dad were like, okay, because we had a workout with them down there in LA. We had dinner, and then he sent us this video when we were going home, and we watched the video, and it's like a National Geographic, like little mini doc, and it was about how they would drop wolves in Yosemite Park, and like started growing again, and the deer got under control, and like how their introduction to that ecosystem kind of shaped rivers and helped it thrive. You guys hear me all right?
That's interesting. Oh yeah, we could see you, and this is a very interesting story. It's a great story. Yeah,
Yes.
we could hear you, and we could see you. Continue.
Okay, you guys are frozen. There you go.
Okay.
And
I was just breakdancing.
it was just about how like you guys are frozen. Can't see.
Isa.
Okay, we're having some technical difficulties, but can you hear us?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
I can hear you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
I just can't see, so it's all right. So basically, it was about how like wolves change the culture and how they enhance the culture of their environment. So I kind of wanted to do that with all my decisions and everything I do. I want to be like the wolf that brings other people along and helps enhance the environment around them. So I took wolf, and I'll probably rock with it for the rest of my life because I love and I live by what it stands for.
Awesome. Yeah, you see the kids, they all got their little saying, knows how to do it, but we're all fans and we're all invested in you, mijo, through the good and through the bad, okay? So just know that your family over here in Salinas wishes you the best, and nothing but love and support your way. So thank you for being on our show. We appreciate you. We love you, and we can't wait to see your next journey at Stanford University, making a difference, taking that program to elite levels, and then after that in the NBA.
Thank you, Nino. I love you guys.
Hopefully playing for the Lakers.
All right.
Oh yeah, purple and gold. I want that for sure.
Yeah, where can
Where can we reach you?
our listeners reach you and hear you, follow you? We want them to follow you, and we want them to be part of the entourage. The entourage.
Air_Isa on Instagram.
Okay.
At isilv3 for Twitter, and at air_Isa1 for TikTok.
For TikTok. Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Man, this has been a pretty amazing interview, and
thank you guys.
See you soon.
Excited to once again have you. And that's our show for today. We'd like to thank Isael Silva, our top basketball player in not only in California but in the nation. One of the best players, committed to Stanford University. Will play his senior year and then attend Stanford University in 2022, I believe, right? 2022. Thank you for joining us.
My heritage is deep in my veins, blood of a king, lot different than most. I come from a long line of hustlers, we dig from the dirt, no need to boast. My heritage taught me to fight, they moving their brains while they busting their back. My heritage made me a wolf, I'm ready for battle as I lead my pack. My head held high cause I'm proud of my roots, my heritage. It gave me a boost to the top, now I'm fair that we running from the cops. Now this is America, don't sound a surprise. They go on the news and spread it with lies. Truth is that evil's in different forms. The rich can get richer, bro, it's a norm. History repeats itself, that's how it goes. Trump signing bills, not call it Jim Crows. What's up, it's the fan, we still got each other. I trusted my neighbor, just like my brother. Our heritage taught us the power of unity. We always on top as we got community. And I take that over money any day. We stick together, our problems gonna fade away. My heritage taught me when there's a will, there's a way. We need to find that way. My heritage, my heritage, my heritage. It taught me to hustle. My heritage, my heritage, my heritage. It taught me to fight. My heritage.